If you were expecting the Cleveland Browns to breeze through the offseason without any major changes, think again. For the first time since 2021, the Browns have made not one, not two, but 3 top 50 NFL draft picks, and that alone should make every member of the Dawg Pound sit up in awe. But let's focus on a position group that could quietly define this offense for years to come, running backs. Because Cleveland may have accomplished something special and few people are talking about it. Man, I'm really confident. This is so awesome. I'll give you all the details, but first make sure to hit the like button if you're a true Browns fan. If possible, comment something like, "Come on, Kevin Stefanski, take us to the Super Bowl." Let's start with Quentin Judkins. ESPN recently released a detailed breakdown that ranked all of the rookie running backs in this draft class into 6 distinct tiers: standout running backs, lead running backs, committee running backs, wild cards, situational reserves, and depth running backs. At the top of the running back group, none other than the Browns' second-round pick, Judkins. Only one rookie was placed in the standout back category, Raiders standout Ashton Jeanty of Boise State, so being right behind him in the top running back category says a lot. ESPN's Mike Clay had this to say about Judkins. He led the position group in the broad jump, running a 40-yard dash in 4.48 seconds. The Browns should keep him busy near the goal line, as he had 16-plus touchdowns in all 3 seasons at Ohio State. Now, let's pause for a second. Yes, that's a typo. Judkins, of course, played at Ole Miss, not Ohio State, but Clay's point stands. Judkins is a touchdown machine. His nose for the end zone is undeniable. And when you look at the numbers ESPN projects for Judkins, it paints a very clear picture. They predict 211 carries for 922 yards, a rock-solid 4.3 yards per carry, plus 285 receiving yards and 6 rushing touchdowns. Want to know how close that is to what we projected right here on this very channel? Just 1 week earlier, our projection was 200 carries for 950 yards and the exact same number of touchdowns. That's not just coincidence, that's confirmation. The expectations for Judkins are real. This isn't pie-in-the-sky hope. This is grounded in how the Browns plan to deploy him. And let's be honest, it makes perfect sense. The Browns aren't expecting Judkins to be a 100% bell cow back from the jump. That's not Kevin Stefanski's style. They'll use Jerome Ford to handle pass protection, third downs, and lighten the load, especially early in the season as Judkins acclimates to NFL game speed. But make no mistake, Judkins is the lead back now, and the days of him splitting touches evenly won't last long. What's even more fascinating is that Judkins wasn't the only running back Cleveland snagged. Enter Dylan Samson. Selected in the 4th round, Samson comes with a very different profile, but one that might be even more exciting for the future. ESPN ranked him as a situational backup, but don't let that label fool you. Samson is one of the youngest backs in this class, just 20 years old, and despite his 5 feet 8 inches frame, he averaged an eye-popping 5.9 yards per carry over his 3-year career at Tennessee. Mike Clay notes that Samson wasn't used much in the passing game, but his speed, burst, and ability to rip off chunk plays are very real. And while fantasy analysts might fret about his limited role early on, understandably, with Judkins ahead of him on the depth chart, for Browns fans, this is ideal. This is the 1-2 punch Stefanski thrived with when he had Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt working together in 2020 and 2021. You don't need Samson to be the lead back. You need him to be the lightning to Judkins' thunder. And that's exactly how this coaching staff appears to be structuring it. Expect Samson to have a quieter start to the year. It wouldn't be shocking if he's a healthy scratch a couple of times in September or October while he adjusts to the NFL level. But come November, December, that's when you'll start hearing his name called more frequently. That's when defenses, already worn down from the punishing, tackle-breaking style of Judkins, are going to suddenly realize that the guy spelling him isn't just fast, he's dangerously fast. This is how smart teams build sustainable run games. You don't just rely on one back to carry the load for 17 games. You develop a pipeline. You rotate. You keep legs fresh. And if Judkins is the hammer, Samson is the scalpel, slicing through tired defenses late in games and late in the season. But here's the kicker. The Browns managed to land Samson in a draft slot that screams value. Just look at where other backs went. Trevor Etienne to the Panthers at pick 114. Jarquez Hunter to the Rams at pick 117. Yet Samson, sitting at pick 126, is now being ranked ahead of several players selected before him. That's not luck. That's front office precision. So now the question shifts from whether the Browns drafted well, because it's clear they did, to just how quickly this backfield duo can become one of the league's most feared. Because if you're a linebacker watching tape, the realization hits quick when you've just spent 3 quarters getting battered by Judkins. The last thing you want to see is Samson entering the game with fresh legs and a gear you simply can't match. I want to know what you think. Dawg Pound. Is this the most exciting rookie running back duo the Browns have drafted in years? How soon do you think Samson will start making an impact? And are you buying into the Judkins hype as much as the rest of us? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm reading every single one. Because when you take a step back and really look at the construction of this backfield, it's impossible not to get excited about what Kevin Stefanski is cooking. This isn't just about replacing production, it's about redefining the run game identity in Cleveland. For years, the Browns were synonymous with smash mouth, punishing football behind Nick Chubb. And while Chubb's injury situation has forced the franchise to think about the future, the front office didn't just patch a hole, they rebuilt the foundation. Judkins brings that bruising, relentless north-south running style that fans absolutely love. He's the kind of back that drags defenders with him, breaks tackles, and falls forward for extra yards. You can already picture it, 3rd and 3 in the fourth quarter, defense stacked, everyone in the stadium knows it's a run, and Judkins still gets the first down. That's the type of back he is. That's the type of energy the Dawg Pound feeds off of. And then comes Samson. Completely different profile. Lightning fast, slippery in space. The kind of back that doesn't just break plays, he breaks games. You think you've got him bottled up, and then suddenly he's 35 yards downfield before anyone can even react. It's that rare change of pace dynamic that can completely swing momentum in tight games. You need that in today's NFL. A one-dimensional run game dies fast in this league. But this duo, it's anything but one-dimensional. And there's something else that Browns fans should be paying close attention to. Kevin Stefanski's track record with running backs. Go back to 2020, when Cleveland was at its offensive peak under Stefanski. What was the formula? A balanced offense that leaned heavily on the run, controlled time of possession, kept the defense fresh, and wore opponents down in the fourth quarter. It was Chubb and Hunt battering defenses into submission. Fast forward to now, and look at the pieces. Judkins slots perfectly into the Chubb role. Samson isn't a carbon copy of Kareem Hunt, but the explosive, pass-catching potential is there for him to carve out a similar impact in different ways. But the real wild card in all of this is how the Browns' quarterback situation intersects with the running back plan. Let's be honest, with a potential rookie quarterback starting games in 2025, whether it's Shedeur Sanders or Dillon Gabriel, the importance of having a reliable, dynamic run game multiplies tenfold. You can't ask a rookie QB to throw the ball 40 times a game and expect success. You lean on the ground game. You shorten the game. You let your backs dictate the tempo while your young quarterback grows into the role. And this isn't just theory, it's what good teams do. Look at how the 49ers protect Brock Purdy. Look at how the Packers helped Jordan Love. You build the offense around the run, and suddenly life gets a whole lot easier for a quarterback who's still figuring out NFL speed, defensive disguises, and pressure packages. It's not hard to see the blueprint here. Week 1, Judkins is your lead back. He's taking 60 to 65% of the carries. Jerome Ford sprinkles in for third downs, pass protection, and occasional drive relief. Then, mid-season, November, December, Samson starts to ramp up. Suddenly, every defensive coordinator preparing for Cleveland isn't just planning for one back, but two, each with completely different skill sets, each capable of taking over a drive in his own way. This isn't just smart drafting. This is future-proofing the offense. And the best part? This backfield is young. Judkins is 20. Samson is 20. You're looking at potentially 5, 6, 7 years of a dominant run game if these guys develop the way the film suggests they can. The front office deserves credit here. Andrew Berry, often criticized for some swings and misses at premium positions like wide receiver and quarterback, absolutely nailed this running back draft.